Welcome along to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. If you love getting right into the thick of rugby's biggest stories, definitely hit subscribe to Rugby Obsession. You won't want to miss deep dives like this one. Today, we're looking at some pretty major news that's got everyone talking. The British and Irish Lions captain announcement for the Australia tour.
That's right. And we're basing this on an article that just dropped today, May 8th, 2025, over on Planet Rugby. So our goal here is really to pull apart the key info for you, understand the background, what it all means.
Okay, let's get straight into it then. The big headline, head coach Andy Farrell has picked England's Maro Itoje. He's the man to lead the Lions down under.
Yeah, and the first thing that jumps out really is the history here. It's been 24 years since an Englishman captained the Lions.
24 years, wow.
Yeah, Martin Johnson back in 2001. And, that tour was also against Australia. So there's a nice bit of symmetry there, perhaps.
Definitely adds a layer to it. And looking at Itoje himself, I mean, he's no stranger to the Lions jersey, is he?
Not at all. This is going to be his third tour. He was heavily involved in New Zealand back in 2017, played all 3 tests.
Right, all 3. And didn't he start most of his Lions tests overall?
He did, yeah. 5 starts out of 6 test matches. The only one he came off the bench for was actually his very first one against the All Blacks. So, that shows the coaches have rated him consistently at that top level.
It does, but it's interesting, isn't it? Because his actual captaincy experience, well, for England anyway, is quite new.
That's a really good point. He only captained England for the first time, during this year's Six Nations?
Yeah, just now, basically. So it makes you wonder, how that recent step up might play into leading this kind of, super team.
Exactly. And it wasn't necessarily the expected choice initially, was it? A lot of people were looking elsewhere.
Weren't they tipping Caelan Doris, the Ireland captain?
Yeah, he was definitely seen as the front runner by many pundits.
So what changed?
Well, sadly for Doris, it's injury. He picked up a shoulder injury playing for Leinster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the Champions Cup semi against Northampton.
That's rough. So that ruled him out of the tour completely.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Ruled him out. And, that obviously opened the door, providing the context for Itoje getting the nod.
Right, understood. So, I mean, despite the circumstances, it's still a massive honor for Itoje taking on the Lions captaincy.
Oh, absolutely. A huge achievement for him personally. Really cements his place as, one of the key figures in the modern game.
Okay, let's quickly touch on the schedule then. Remind ourselves what the tour looks like. Kicks off before they even get to Australia, right?
Yep, that warm-up game against Argentina, that's in Dublin at the Aviva.
When's that one?
Friday, June 20th. Then they head down under, and the first proper tour match is Saturday, June 28th. They play Western Force in Perth.
Okay, Perth first, and then the main events, the 3 tests against the Wallabies.
That's it. The first one's Saturday, July 19th, up in Brisbane at Suncorp.
Always a tough place to go, Suncorp.
Definitely. Then they head to Melbourne, the MCG, for the second test on Saturday, July 26th.
Wow, the MCG. That'll be some atmosphere.
Huge. And the final test is Saturday, August 2nd, back in Sydney at Accor Stadium.
Got it. And you mentioned the Planet Rugby article. Sounds like there's more there if people want to dig deeper.
Yeah, absolutely. The piece itself links out to several other related articles, which are quite interesting for you if you want the full context.
Like what sort of things?
Well, there's a look back at the last 8 Lions captains, how they fared. There's analysis specifically on what this means for Caelan Doris, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark McCall, Itoje's club coach, gives his view on why he's ready for this, plus a look back at who the contenders were before today's news. So plenty more angles for you to explore.
That sounds great. A good way to get different perspectives. And just a reminder, if you are enjoying this deep dive, do make sure you're subscribed to Rugby Obsession.
Definitely. So getting back to Itoje, what are your initial thoughts on him as captain? It's a big call.
It is. I mean, breaking that 24-year English gap is significant in itself. But yeah, the recent England captaincy thing, how does he weld together players from 4 nations? That's always the challenge, isn't it?
It's the ultimate challenge, really. Different styles, different temperaments. How does his leadership style fit that?
We'd love to hear what you think, actually. Drop your opinions, your predictions for the tour down in the comments below.
Yeah, definitely let us know.
So, wrapping things up slightly, this has been, a really interesting look into Maro Itoje getting the Lions captaincy.
It's definitely a defining moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not just for him, but maybe it signals something about the leadership qualities Farrell values.
Absolutely. And it leaves you with some big questions heading into the tour, doesn't it? Like, what kind of leader will Itoje be for this specific group? How will that translate against the Wallabies?
Yeah, exactly. And maybe something else for you to think about. Given Doris was the favorite, What does choosing Itoje, especially with his perhaps less extensive top-level captaincy experience compared to some previous captains, what does that tell you about Farrell's game plan or the type of character he wants driving this team in Australia?
Hmm, that's a good one to ponder. Plenty to chew over before June.
For sure.
Well, thank you for joining us for this rugby obsession deep dive. We really hope you enjoyed it.
We look forward to you tuning in for our next episode.
And one last time, don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession for more detailed rugby chat like this.